It is Tuesday, July 29th.
This is The Warning.
I'm going to show you something that is frankly unbelievable. It is unbelievable that this propaganda was released by the federal government of the United States, by the Department of Homeland Security. It is cruelty porn. It fetishizes violence, and it is blasphemous. Never mind a clear violation of the separation of church and state. Here you have a mix of dehumanization, incitements to violence, the glorification and the fetishization of untrained federal policemen as basically tier 1 special forces operators, and all of it claims a divine mandate to do cruelty against the least of those amongst us. It is appalling, and do not look away from it.
They think I'm hiding in the shadows, but I am the shadows.
Look at the quotes, the biblical references that seek to place these masked men not just on the side of the law, which is dubious to say the least, but on the side of God. And that is the surest sign that all of this is turning deadly. Trump's little Eichmanns, Stephen Miller, Tom Homan, Bovino, the sector chief, each of them a thug and a bully, and each of them a lawless man who claims the shield of the law to do violence against American citizens like this 18-year-old boy. Now, if you listen carefully to the end, you can hear the federal thug tell his partner, soon we'll have to start shooting them.
I'm
starting to resist more now.
We're gonna end up shooting.
And that's what this video is about. It's about claiming God's providence to shoot brown people on America's streets. And it makes an absurdist claim. It claims that undertrained, generally speaking, overfed ICE agents, the bottom of the federal 3-letter alphabet barrel, are highly trained what? Who are these men? If you went to a Green Beret, to a Tier 1 Navy SEAL Team 6 guy, would they regard these ICE men as their peer? These guys, Miller's men, Homan's men, or would they laugh? Christian nationalism is an evil ideology, and at its core is the assertion by people that they are the instrument of God's will and God's law. And wherever you see this insanity, whether it was in Saudi Arabia, whether it's in Iran, whether it's ISIS, whether it's the Taliban, evil and death follow. And let's be clear, though they don't get anywhere near the attention they deserve, there is an American Taliban. And they made this video, and they made it while you paid them on the taxpayer dime, and they made it with taxpayer dollars. And when you watch it slowly, you can appreciate what it is. It is theocratic, it is fascist, it is propaganda, it is violent, and it seeks to dehumanize the people that ICE is attacking. 72% of the arrests that have been made against tax-paying, ordinary people with good families. They're not criminals. They're gardeners. They're maids. They're part of America's service economy. They're like our grandparents and our great-grandparents. They're people that came to the United States looking for opportunity, and they contribute to the society, like this father who has 3 United States Marines who was attacked and assaulted by these vicious thugs who claim God's mandate now with our taxpayers. And if that doesn't offend you, well, maybe it's not possible to offend you. Maybe you're the type of person that looks at Ghislaine Maxwell and says, well, there's a great victim. These men, the men with masks, they're not soldiers and they're not policemen. They are deputized, they are federalized thugs. The idea that they're on a mission from God is a delusion by their leaders, by this clown, Tom Homan.
ICE officers and Border Patrol, they don't need probable cause to walk up to somebody, briefly detain them, and question them. They just need the totality of the circumstances, right? They just got through the observation, get articulable facts based on their location, their occupation, their physical appearance, their actions. Like a uniformed Border Patrol agent walks up to them at for instance, a Home Depot. And they got all these articulable facts, plus the person walks away or runs away. Agents are trained what they need to detain somebody temporarily and question them. It's not probable cause, it's reasonable suspicion.
The top 1%, they're the bottom 1% of every person in this country who carries a badge. They're an insult to every decent cop. They're an insult to the soldiers of the armed forces of the United States, the sailors, the airmen, the Marines, Coast Guardmen, and women. These people aren't their peers. These people are an abomination, just like this video. And so watch it again. There's never been anything like it ever issued by the government of the United States. And what it means is quite simple. It's a declaration of sorts, of repudiation against our Declaration of Independence. It's a declaration of insanity. It's a declaration that says Trump is an instrument of God and his thugs are God's angels, and that the evil in our country isn't these masked men, but the guy at the Home Depot. And if you're stupid enough to believe that, there's a word for you. What you are, an American Nazi. And this is The Warning.
I'm Steve Schmidt. This is The Warning. I invite you to join this community where I promise to be honest, blunt, and direct about what is happening in this country. America is in crisis. Follow and subscribe to this channel and on Substack. Thank you.